came back to drop the cans off, and it makes zero sense to me.
A lot of
A woman sitting in the shadows.
that person up on the roof during the show.
You can't be up here. It's not safe. You need to get down. Let's
People,
go.
they of our set being tagged.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that? I totally forgot about it, and so he mentioned it.
In order to fund my lifestyle, I work overnight security for Trailers Town as a whole. You guys all know this.
Really?
And
What? Wow.
one night, it was... So I work from 10 to 6 usually. And one night, there was just this young couple, I'd say early 20s, walking around, and they were there later than most customers, but not later than me closing up the town and telling everyone to go home. And I talked to them a couple of times, once in the town and one over by the train tunnel as I was making patrols and checking locks and stuff. And they seemed fine. They weren't carrying big bags. They didn't have like baggy clothes, and they didn't seem suspicious at all. And then the next morning, Bruce found our main gate open, and
The show's main gate.
the show's main gate. And so I went over and I locked the main gate, went through everything, and then came out. I wasn't looking around because that's what I went to do, was close the gate. I just assumed we didn't lock it. Later that day, I think Noah sends me pictures and asks me, he's like, what the heck happened? And whoever did it, I think it was those two people, that young couple, had gotten into the stunt show likely through the gate that had been either left open or they wiggled open or whatever, and then used our own spray paint to spray a bunch of crap all over our stuff.
Yep.
They also went in the train tunnel and sprayed a bunch of stuff in the train tunnel and a few like other places adjacent. It looked like they had only done things, and certainly only painted things that were like closed off so you couldn't see. So I don't think it happened in the middle of the night. I think it happened, like 9 o'clock.
It has, because they didn't do any forward-facing things that the audience might see, which is really odd for someone trying to tag something.
Certainly nobody, no public spots. Certainly not during a show. This didn't happen during a show, but I think it happened when people were still in the town. I think it happened,
that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we didn't find it till the next day. And it's all very like childish. They didn't like tag it for their clan or their gang
they wrote
or whatever.
Dumb stuff.
They just wrote
some bad words.
They just wrote words.
Yeah. One said revenge. One I don't remember the word I painted over, but because
it was just
it was
like very kiddie.
Yeah, it was revenge.
Childish stuff. And then on the train tunnel, it was like a big demon face, but it was like a cartoon one. So they're not artists. They were just screwing around.
Ooh, sick burn.
They were just screwing around with
Take the L.
spray paint, which I can relate to, but also I'm like, it's so weird that they took that opportunity. And if it's the two kids that I thought it was, I don't know how they got in, took the paint, and then the paint was back in our area. They didn't even leave with it.
Right.
So it was so
Take
weird.
it with them. They just used our paint. And also the funniest, well, not funny, but I know they were kids too, because we have a no smoking sign. And
they
just
put
crossed,
yes smoking.
they crossed out the no and wrote yes. And I was like, that's something a kid
It's
would
very
do.
kiddie.
Yeah, that's like,
But they left the paint. They didn't even take the paint cans, and
Or throw it away.
they had to leave the set to go paint the train tunnel,
Right.
and then came back to drop the cans off. It makes zero sense to
A
me.
lot of times when stuff like that happens around the property, I always wonder if it was somebody that worked there. Because let's go all the way back to when Jerry was shot. We always thought that was an inside job. And then I would hang out with the overnight security back then, Mick. And it always seemed to be people that worked at the restaurant or something that were doing some weird things or that he'd find or whatever. And so every time something happens, I'm like, I wonder if it was an ex-employee of Trailers Town or something like that. That's what my mind always goes to until the what was that in? When was that when we found that person up on the roof during the show?
Oh yeah.
How long
Well,
ago
that
was that?
that was only like 4 or 5 months ago.
No, more than that. But within the last
6
year, I
months
think.
ago.
Yeah.
No, it's been a lot longer
6
than
or
that.
7 months ago.
Was it a regular show or was it a
It was a
Halloween
show.
show?
A regular show.
Oh, it wasn't the Halloween show. It was a
It
regular
was
show.
another one, yeah.
So it must have been like
It was
July.
you that saw
Well,
her,
I
right?
was Firewatch. So
Oh, you were
Jerry saw her
Firewatch.
and
Oh,
said,
you
"Hey, there's
saw
a
them.
lady."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
so somebody
how did
had.
I get
I was
hold
in
of
the
you?
show.
What's that?
How did I get a hold of you?
You walked
I think
over.
you came
I ran around?
Yeah.
You walked over to him during the show.
Oh, it had to be how the
And
rest
you
of the
whisper-
West was
Yeah.
one.
Oh,
then.
yeah, because
You
you guys
whispered
were
and
in
it was
your own
us two,
scene. I was
yeah.
just standing there. So I'm like, there's a good
Well,
time.
I wasn't an actor. I was
I know,
Firewatch.
yeah. And I said, I'm going
Right
to walk
before-
over and tell Travis.
Right before the fight scene, that's what
yeah,
I did, yeah.
Right.
So-
Yeah, just in the middle of the show. I forgot
Yeah.
about that. You
Yeah.
just
That-
you're like, hold on,
that
and you
really-
came over here
Oh,
to
that's
tell
right,
me, and
that's
then went
right.
back.
That really scared me because
Yeah.
I was going up the back ladder and I heard something giggling after I got up on the roof as I was running by the fall bag for the triple fall. And I stopped and I turned around and I was in a hurry. It was for fastest gun in the West.
Oh, it was.
Yeah. And I ran over there and I turned around and there was a woman sitting in the shadows and giggling. I said, "Hey, you can't be up here right now." And that's all the time I had to say something to her because I was between changes because those are really quick
Oh, yeah.
runarounds. And so when I got on stage and I had an opportunity, I told Travis about it. And you went up there. Did you find her?
Yeah, she was still
She was
in
still
the same
there.
corner.
So I was worried she would when I was doing the fall would be like lounging on the fall back or something.
right.
Who knows? You know?
Because we've had somebody walk on to set. We talked about that too. We've had employees,
Yeah.
not ours, walk onto set during shows. It's just weird stuff, but yeah, that's scary.
My impression of her though was that she had been smoking marijuana.
Oh, I don't think so. She was, I would say, late teens, early 20s.
Yeah, well, that was the same night that there was a lot of people on property at Charlestown that security was running around telling them they couldn't smoke marijuana because they were.
Oh.
That's
There's a
possible.
That
lot
was
of
that
going on
night.
that
Yeah,
night.
because it reeked over
Yeah,
by the show that
everywhere.
night. Yeah.
I got pretty close to this girl, and she didn't stink like weed. But
Well, she stank, though. Like,
when I got up there,
Oh, she smelled, but not
when I
like
got
that.
up there, she was, giggling behind her phone and recording on
right,
TikTok or
yeah.
Instagram
Yeah.
or whatever. And I was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, you can't be up here. It's not safe. You need to get down. Let's
People,
go."
they just
So
don't
dumb.
get it. They
Yeah.
don't get how dangerous backstage is
I think
at our
most
show.
people do. Most people
Do you
see
think
that
so?
that ladder and they hear the booms and kabooms and bang bangs, and they're like, "I'm good." But this kid was like,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
"I'm gonna
Yeah.
get the exclusive, right?"
And then-
I think, and we
So-
don't generally have this problem. This
Well,
is an
that's true.
outlier.
So
Yeah.
we
That's
had to
true.
install the security system and the booby traps.
That's right. That's right.
yeah,
Now
the
we
big
put the
boulder
bang
comes
bangs
down
on the
now.
The
ladder.
boulder
Yeah.
comes down, right?
We have Micah on standby always.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You see
Lurking.
him, you run.
Launch
right.
the Micah.
It's mustache Micah, too, so you got to run
Oh,
fast.
That's right.
mustache Micah, yeah.
Dangerous.